When we initially started to discuss ideas for Caravan, we were inspired by the look of the games Goddess and Where's My Water, which became the basis of our sense of visual style. We also decided to make Darius a wizard who trades potions as well as general goods, which sets him apart from regular traders. The main story for Caravan is that Shadowkin ruined Darius' parents' reputation as famous magical goods traders out of jealousy and greed. Shadowkin also kidnapped them when they tried to rebuild. The Shadowkin are also placing monsters inside dungeons to steal goods from travelers and selling them for a huge profit. It is up to Darius to rebuild his parents' reputation in order to gain back contracts with cities from the Shadowkin. Then he will have enough power to rescue his parents and defeat Shadowkin.
In order to make the game more accessible, we took into account the different forms of color blindness and how it would affect our color palette. It turns out that blue-orange will be seen as a contrasting combination, so we decided a sunset-inspired color palette would be appropriate. We really wanted an attractive, simple and clean design as the game was quite complex and we didn't want to overload the player with too much visual imagery. The platform that the game is aimed at is smartphones and tablets, so a simple design was key. The menu layer is to make it look like Darius' home, giving it a more personal feel. There, Darius can order goods and make potions and unlock special objects.
The city have a supply and demand with their own individual background and stories, from farming villages to mountain clans. The player have to be aware of this information if they are to be successful in choosing the correct item and prices for their trading. Later on, the player will be able to unlock minions to help them trade and set up permanent contracts. Dungeons are an important part of this game to gather special ingredients for potions.
Players learn about placing values on items and pricing according to supply and demand, which will rise and fall according to conditions within the world. The player must also plan in advance to make sure they have enough gold to pay the town entry fee and to have a backup plan in case their caravans are attacked or their goods are damaged.
Prices in the shop where you buy goods to trade and sell the loot gathered in the dungeons vary from day to day. Players can choose to fix the prices for a 7-day period or try their luck with the day-to-day changes. If the player doesn't successfully trade potions within the specified days after making a potion, they expire and become useless. This is a consequence to the player for not being able to manage their goods according to the customer's needs. The combat system of the dungeon is quite simple. It is like a fighting game combat style, like Street Fighter. The player moves back and forth, avoiding the monster's attacks while attacking the monster. Darius' kidnapped parents are attaching coded notes onto some of the monsters in the dungeon, which allows Darius to discover Shadowkin's con ways of trading as the game progresses. The players can send minions to cities they have established a trade with to maintain a stable income while traveling further to create new trades. There are many cities and countries that the player has to make contract with before he or she can attempt to make a contract with the biggest trading capital. There are various types of countries on the map with their own supply and demand due to their climates and background stories. The player selects prices of goods before entering a town according to the supply and demand of the town. The player is able to access a drop-down menu at any time during the game, which allows them to see a simple graph of their spending and profits as well as notifications to do with their goods.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this. We hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
Bye.